Hi everyone. In the previous video, we discussed about the network security group concept and we saw that how to implement it. In this video, we will take it one step forward and we will discuss about default rules as well as how to configure outbound security rules. Network security group is a common topic in AG 104, AG 303, AG 500 and AG 700 certification. If you want to go through the complete course, you can purchase these courses from my website, that is techlearning.spy.com. All the information is given in the description. If you want to check out the course content, just click on course and click on preview. So left hand side, you can see all of the course contents. Other than individual courses, course packages are also available where you can find out the decent discount on these courses. Let's get back to our topic. If you go to your network security group, inside network security group, when you come to inbound security rules, so you can see there are three default rules here. So what is the meaning of these default rules? Let's understand it first. So the first rule, it says that source is virtual network, destination is virtual network, and action is allowed. Virtual network means the network what we have created inside our Azure platform, our VNet. Okay, so if traffic is coming from a virtual network and then going to a different virtual network, the session should be allowed. So what is the meaning of it? Let's understand through a diagram. So this is one VNet, that is VNet 1 in my case, and the second VNet, let's say this is my VNet 2 here. And in this VNet 2 also, let's say you have a subnet and then finally you have a virtual machine. Okay. The first condition is that you should have the connection between both of the network, VNet 1 and VNet 2. So how we can establish the connection? It can be established by the VNet peering and VNet to VNet connection. If connection is there, then only things can happen. So this is your primary requirement. Okay, networking is must. If it is said or not said in any of the concept, connection should happen. Okay, so connection should happen first of all. Now it is saying that if any source, let's say connection is already done by you, now this VNet 2 virtual machine trying to connect to this VM1 virtual machine. So what will happen in this case? First, it will get into the NSG. It can be any NSG, this one or this one. Okay, first it will get into the NSG. In NSG, it will see that whether this session is allowed or not. So you can see there is already one rule defined here. The rule says that if any session is coming from any virtual network and trying to connect to any destination virtual network, you should allow that. So this is a default rule and you cannot delete it also. So what is happening in this case? This is a virtual network. From this virtual network, this resource VM is trying to connect to my destination VM, which is part of this virtual network. So source is virtual network and destination is virtual network. And here one rule has been created, which says that if such kind of session comes, allow it. Already one rule is there, default rule, which say allow that. And this energy will allow and the connection will happen to your this particular virtual machine VM1. If you go to the outbound security rule now, in outbound security rule also you will get the same rule. Source virtual network and destination is virtual network. Fine. And the action is allowed. So what does it mean? It means because this energy is attached here. So for this virtual machine, let's say this virtual machine want to connect to this virtual machine. So what is how it is going to happen? Because the traffic is coming out from here and it will go to the outbound security rule here. And in this, it will check whether there is any rule which allow me or stop me. So one rule is there which allow this connection, which says that source should be virtual network and destination should also be virtual network. In that case, the session is allowed. So session is allowed, it will go and connect to my this virtual machine. So this is how this traffic work here. And this is the meaning of your default rule. in term of your inbound, in term of your outbound here. Rule is same, only direction is changed. Okay, so this is one rule. The second rule says that if source is any load balancer and destination is any, in that case also you allow the connection. So what does it mean? Means that let's remove all this thing first of all. Let's make it neat and clean. So suppose you have deployed a load balancer here. What is load balancer? How we deploy this one? We will see in our coming session. And this is mentioned as a source. If any load balancer is trying to connect any backend target virtual machine, okay, and when it go via this NSG, in this NSG there is already one rule defined which says any session which is coming via the load balancer, please allow that, and the load balancer should be able to connect my virtual machine. So this is also one of the default rule. So in which scenario this rule is actually utilized, okay, that we will see later when we do this load balancer topic. So we will come back again here on our energy and we'll understand this concept once again in term of this default rule where load balancer is allowed. For now, this much is enough. Okay. So the last rule says that accept these two, deny everything. Fine. Similarly, in case of outbound security rule, the first rule you already know. Okay, source is virtual network and destination is virtual network. Allow when traffic is in outbound direction. The second rule here it says that if source is any and destination is internet, in that case also you allow. Let's say this is your VM1. Inside this VM1, you are trying to access internet. Suppose you are trying to access google.com. So what will happen in that case? The direction of that traffic will be outbound, right? Because the google.com server will be somewhere on the internet. So the direction will be outbound here. So it will go and check in the outbound security rule and the target is internet. So already one rule is defined which says that any session which is trying to access the internet should be allowed. Okay, so you will be allowed to go out by this outbound security rule in that case. Clear? So this is the meaning of your second default rule. And third rule says that deny everything except above two rules here. So these are three default rules in outbound and these three default rule in inbound. I hope this is clear to you. So I had logged in inside my virtual machine, and on virtual machine first go to local server and switch it off and open internet. So whenever we create any virtual machine inside Azure, internet work by default. Okay, so suppose there is a requirement where you want to stop the internet on a particular virtual machine. Let's say if you want to stop this internet on both VM1 and VM2, so what you do in that case, you go to this NSG hyphen subnet, okay, and inside this NSG, you create one rule inside the outbound security rule that internet should be stopped. Fine. But if you want to stop internet only on one virtual machine, so you can come to NSG-NIC because this is only attached to VM1. And in this NSG's outbound security rule, you can create one security rule which allow or which disallow the internet here, which deny the internet. Okay, how to do this one? So I'm going to do it on VM1 only. So that is the reason I will do all the settings inside my NSG-NIC. Okay, and the objective is to block the internet on VM1. So this is my NSG-NIC and come on the outbound security rule. Why outbound security rule? Because as I told you that when you access internet, the direction of your traffic will be in this direction because It will be in outbound direction because internet servers or different website server will be in external world. Okay, so traffic is coming out, so it will be in outbound direction. So come to your outbound security rule and click on add, and you are saying source is an any, port is any, destination you select the service tag, and destination service tag has been selected as an internet. Okay, now what is the service tag here? So as I told you that when we are talking about the internet, so what is exactly the internet? Internet is like set of different web servers. This is google.com, this is facebook.com, this is yahoo.com. Like that, you will have multiple set of IP address of your different web server. If you want to block the internet, what you have to do one by one, you have to mention all of the IP addresses here. So instead of that, what Azure has done, Azure has collected them, okay, as a whole, and they have given a service tag here. And service tag is internet. So Azure says that if you want to block complete internet as a whole, you can select this service tag internet. Okay, so that's a reason on destination I have selected service tag as a internet, and destination I have selected as a service tag, and service tag name is the internet here. Now, when we access our any of the internet website, so we use two port. One is my port 80 for HTTP, and other is port 443 for the HTTPS. So that's the reason I have given two port here. And what I want to do, I want to deny it. I do not want people should connect to the internet, and priority, let's say it is 100, and name I have given deny internet, and click on add. So I have created this rule inside NSG-NIC, and this NSG-NIC is attached to my VM1. So if I come to networking, and if I come here, so this is your inbound port rule. Come to your outbound port rule. In outbound port rule, NSG-NIC, which is attached to interface, this internet has been denied. Okay, port 80443 action is denied. So let's go back to your VM1 and try to access your google.com once again. Okay, so you can see that internet is not working now, and this is how you can block the internet with the help of network security group here. Okay, so I hope this concept of inbound security rule and outbound security rule is clear in your mind. Logic should be always clear. You should be able to visualize the concept. Troubleshooting and configuration is very easy part of that. If logic is in clear in your mind, you all are technical people, you can make it out what's supposed to be done. Okay, so if logic is clear, this network security group concept is clear in your mind. Whenever situation arise throughout your career, you can deal with this one. Okay, so let me show you a other part now. Go to a virtual machine and try to create a virtual machine now. So suppose this is VM3. So I'm not going to create it. I just want to show you one setting. Come on networking. So here you can see that NIC network security group has been mentioned. And there are three options here: none, basic, and advanced. If you do not want to attach any network security group, any NSG, you can set it to none here. Okay. When you click on basic, so what will happen in this case? In that case, generally, let's open a notepad. In this case, what will happen? One NSG is going to be created by default, and the name of this NSG would be VM3, that is the name of my virtual machine, then hyphen NSG. Okay, so this is the naming convention followed by the Azure in this case. One NSG will be created, and in inbound, so what will happen? There will be three default security rules. Okay, similarly in outbound also three security rules. Correct? These two are going to be created. Inbound and outbound. Three rules in inbound, three rules in outbound. Just now we have understood what is the meaning of all this thing. Then after that, it asks you which port you want to allow. Let's say you are saying you want to allow RDP session. So what will happen in this case? One rule is going to be created inside the inbound security rule, which will say allow 3389. If you select SSH also, so it is going to create a fifth rule, that is allow port number 22, and so on. Let's say you are selecting HTTP or HTTPS, so it will create two more rules, allow 80 and allow 443, so on. Okay, so this is how it happens. As soon as you click on create virtual machine in backend, this NSG is also going to be created with all of these rules, and this will be attached with your this particular virtual machine VM3. Okay, this is how it works. But suppose you select the last option, that is advanced here. In this case, let's say if you have already created any network security group, right now you just want to attach it. So click advanced and come here and click on this drop down list. You can see all of the NSG which you had created, NSG-NIC and NSG-subnet. You can select any of the NSG according to your requirement. Correct. So this is how this whole concept of energy work inside the Azure infrastructure.